Hello all. Welcome to the session. So let's give some 2-3 minutes or exactly like a minute more and then we'll start the session. And thanks for joining. So let's wait for a couple of minutes, maybe exactly a minute, and then we'll start. Hope my voice is audible. Maybe can someone ping in the chat, Teams chat?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
audible.
yeah. Thanks. Thank you. So let's wait for one more minute and we'll start it. Okay, so let's get started, guys. So welcome to this session. So this session is about mobile automation. So hope my voice is audible and I'm clear. So is there any like say jitters or something? Please let me know. I can try to adjust my network connection or my mic. Yeah. So let me quickly share my screen and just a pretty introduction about our Teams tool. So, like we are communicating with the online sessions. So this is the Teams session that is available. So you have the chat, you have the raise your hand, and in case if some people are very much interested, you can give some reactions. It's also fine. And in the chat, like you can tell me something like any doubts, any clarification, anything, you can just ping me. You can ping it in WhatsApp as well. I have it available inside my desktop itself. So, and whoever is not speaking, I will kindly request you to go on mute so that others are not disturbed. So, yep. So on that basis, let's start our session for today. And once again, from any part of the world you are, like good evening, good morning, and thanks for attending this session. And this session is about our mobile automation. So myself, Aravind. So I'll be taking you into deep diving into the session of mobile automation. A short note about myself for you. So I have an experience of 14 plus years as an automation engineer, and I've been like a QA manager, and also like I've played the role of Scrum Masters. So I played like three different shades in the IT corporate industry so far, and I'm expertise in a couple of tools actually, I would say. So some of those related to Appium, Selenium, Cypress, Playwright, and some frameworks that I predominantly work like TestNG, JUnit, Cucumber. So these are some of the expertise that related to automation I worked upon. And also like I've been like a corporate training or a trainer for around like 8 plus years right now. So I dealt with a couple of clients in my corporate life with like Verizon, Emirates, NBD, Binance, and much more. And from the training perspective, I've been like a good advisor in a Chennai-based company called Urjanet and couple of companies and startups. So I've been working on that as well. So it's like a very good portfolio. I have it on that perspective. So just to brief about it, let's have a quick introduction about ourselves so that we can get to know about each other. And I will also have some time, like say how to go ahead with the sessions. Okay, so feel free to drop a message. You can drop it privately as well, or you can just drop it here. So I would just request you to unmute yourself. or to just drop a message on the Teams so that we'll have some good rapport. So it's all about like interacting actually. So even though if it's a live session, it's better to have a good interactive session so that everyone is awake. Yeah. So maybe let's start. So who wants to go first? Maybe you can ping it or you can unmute yourself. So both are welcomed. Maybe Swaroop, you want to start? Be anyone? Anyone from the team? Yeah, yeah, yes, please unmute yourself or you can drop a message. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Manju Joseph. I have 8+ years of experience in Java. I was with
Okay.
Accenture Bangalore, but then I
Mhm.
have a gap of around 5 years. I came to
Okay.
US. I
Mhm.
had the dependent visa, so now I got my original visa to work. So I'm searching for a job. So I thought the automation will be better now after a gap. So that's why I thought I will attend this training.
Yeah, thanks, Manju, for that. Yeah, yes, definitely. Yeah, so this course like is also framed in such a way like from the beginner level to an advanced level. So definitely, yes, this is the right forum for you. So anyone wants to continue? Yeah, yes, please go ahead. Yes, yeah.
Hi, my name is Kirti and my story is similar to Manju. I'm
Uh,
also a Java full stack developer for 4.5 years, and then
oh,
I helped my husband with finance and operations in his startup.
that's
Even
great.
I have a career break. I also have a Montessori teacher training. Is there.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Yeah.
And even I want to come back to IT, so I was searching around to, which could suit my work. You can hear my daughter.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's totally fine. Yes, yes, no problem. I can understand. Yeah. That's great actually. Yeah, thanks for that. Yeah. Yes, please, Ria. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Ria. I'm from Trivandrum, Kerala. So currently I'm working at Resmed as a test engineer. I have overall 6 years of experience in testing. So currently I'm working in mobile testing. So we have a
Mm.
requirement for mobile automation. So that's why I'm in here.
Oh, okay, that's good. It's right to upskill actually. So automation
Mm.
helps us to do some manual work, so we can be a little bit free. Yeah, that's true. Yes. Yeah. Thanks, Ria, for that. Yeah. Okay, so I think yeah, so that's a good introduction. So yeah, yeah, please go ahead, Mayova, if I'm not wrong or if I misspelled it, sorry.
Yeah, yeah, good evening. It's correctly pronounced. My name is Mel Felix.
Oh.
Um, Unlike others, I'm completely new to Appium. I
Mhm,
am a data collection manager in a research firm in Nigeria. I'm
mhm,
just trying to upskill my portfolio, and then I have a couple of friends in the IT world, and I just try to I'm kind of trying to do something differently for the past 15 years because I have 15 years experience in data, and I'm just trying to do
mhm,
something entirely new. So I joined the group, and then I saw the opportunity. I said, okay, let me come and have a brief peep into what automation is
mhm,
all about. And speaking to my friends, I discovered that maybe Appium is also a framework or a tool used in automation testing. And I just want
mhm.
to get more idea about the whole of the thing if it's something I could actually really crack in a couple of months. Yeah, thank you.
Sure. Yeah, thanks, Mayova, for that. Yes, definitely you can do it. Yeah, so I have the confidence, yes, as well. Yeah. And thank you all for that introduction. And it was really helpful to understand from your perspective and what is the expectation a bit. Yeah. So, yeah, Shibin, yes, please go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, hi, this is Shipin. I'm from Kerala,
Mhm,
Trivandrum, and currently I'm working as a senior QA and ResMed and handling web app projects, so sort of exploring mobile app automation.
oh, okay,
And
that's
that's
great.
why I'm here. Yeah,
Yeah, sure. Yeah, you're from like Kerala or like a different part of
yeah,
the world? Ah,
Kerala,
from Kerala. Ah,
from
okay.
Trivandrum.
True. Yeah, that's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks for that. Yes. Yeah, so like, please, okay, that is the question. Before you end the session, please mention the demand for automation testers, work-life balance, and how much they are paid. Yeah, for sure. Yes, yes, Kitty. Yes, for sure. I'll mention. I'll come to that point as well. Yes. So yeah, so how many of you like have already went through the syllabus perspective when we started this course? Actually, I think we've been like a week or two actually before they started this group. But by any chance, have you went through the syllabus? Maybe anyone? So it's about over here, I would say somewhere they would have mentioned it. Okay, let me course details. It's available here just for your reference, I would say. So actually, like why we do this course explanation is like say to have the right expectation, and each people will have a different perspective, different opinions and expectation. So just to meet your expectation, I'm just going through the syllabus perspective, and then we'll quickly jump on to some basics, and then I'll come to the questions part actually. So I hope like this is the you can find the syllabus over here, so maybe in your free time you can just have a click on it and then check it up actually. So maybe some details might not be updated, but that's still fine actually. But you have some demo videos which we can go through it. So by nature I'm a soft person, so you might sound the video a little soft. So but if you want me to be louder, it's still fine. Yeah, let me know. Yes, I can be still slower, I can do it. Yeah. And from the syllabus point of view, so let me tell you pretty straightforward. So this course is for the beginners to the advanced level, and whoever is from the freshers perspective or whoever is trying to upgrade it, upgrade your skills and move to the next level. Okay, so all these people can come into this particular course, and it's also for cross uh, what is it cross technical people also can be available for this session. Okay, because some nowadays like if you see the IT, right, so everything is AI stuff, and a few people do some vibe coding. Okay, so even though like say like how many of you have understanding of vibe coding? Have you tried any prompts before by any chance? Maybe anyone? Maybe not only on the technical perspective, maybe on your personal perspective, did you just give it a try? Like say for example, if I want to get an itinerary for visiting a particular place, maybe if I want to go to Australia, so give me a plan for 4 days in Australia. Have you tried it for a chat GPT or Claude or Copilot or any of these sources, or Perplexity or anything?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's great actually, because that is how nowadays the IT works actually. So that's the reason I asked you, because if you're good at it, like definitely programming is shouldn't be a very tough task, I would say, because nowadays like everything is like you learn it and you go it and implement it, that's it. So at least from my perspective where I'm in actually, so I'm located in the Qatar region. So here like it's like a pretty fast environment, like people don't give some time to learn. It's all about like a vibe coding kind of perspective. So, and that is how it's about. And this needs to be taken on a broader mind perspective, I would say, because like everything we need to learn fast and implement fast. So everything is in agile. So we are moved out of waterfall. So since it's an agile, like they expect it to be a little faster. And what do we learn from this course is like say you would be learning all the automation perspective, okay, tips and tricks, and how to automate an Android, how to automate an iOS application, both on a simulator, emulator, real device perspective. Okay, and most probably we'll be interacting with a couple of applications which we call it as a native, hybrid, and mobile applications, and some of the actions that we perform it, and also like how to put it inside a GitLab or a GitHub or any repository and then share it with rest of the people. We'll be seeing that. And also we need to handle the debugging perspective, how to debug the failures, and if there is a failures, how to analyze it, and how you can get through the particular analysis. Okay, so and also there is something like called some flaky tests or something. How to handle the flaky tests, we need to check it about. So flaky test is something like, say I run the script in my machine and you want to run it in your machine, it fails. Or if you run your script and give it to me in my machine, it might fail. So how to handle these kind of perspectives, and some real-time projects, I'll be showing it to you with the application. And we also have some interview questions lined up actually. So time and again it will be updated. So what I would request you is like, say, so all the projects, all the hands-on items, and most probably it's 100 percentage hands-on. Okay, maybe one or two sessions might be theoretical, so which we need to bear a bit. But rest other things like 98 percentage or 99 percentage, it's practical. So that'll be like 1 or 2 percentage we have it as a theory, which we cannot avoid it. Unfortunately, we need to have some theoretical part as well. And it will be like completely in the GitHub, your lifetime access, I would say. So for that to have access, I need to have your GitHub usernames, I would say. So if you have your GitHub usernames, I can add it to the my repo and you can check in, check out, do anything. So it's like lifetime access, you have it. So that is how usually the code is shared. For example, I can show it to you. This is the particular code base I have it for my Appium. Okay, as a POM is something like a framework POM model. So this, if I want to give it to you, so sometimes I make it as a private so that only the limited people can access it. So that's the reason I would require you to sign up with the GitHub and you give me the username, I'll send an invite so that you can view it up. Okay, just to preserve some confidentiality. Okay, nothing much I would say. And how to create the GitHub username, I'll tell you towards the end of the session. Okay, so no hurry. So we have quite a lot of frameworks, quite a lot of stuffs available. So which will be very pretty useful in your day-to-day activities. It's not only for the session. So it's like, say, you can take it to your office and you can type the code as well, or you can copy paste the code. So it will be very much useful to you. And also you can also be the contributor and you can project it in your resume. So which, like, say, I would say like it's better because some people nowadays they expect some GitHub URLs or something which is not a mandatory, but if it is there, it would be better to showcase your skills. Okay, so that's the reason. And this is how we maintain the codes and other things so that you have the lifetime access, because transferring a file is easy, but every day I need to do it. So for that, if I put it in this GitHub, so it will be useful for you. Yep. And this is the syllabus perspective. You're going to learn what is software testing, manual versus automation, and web, UI, and mobile. So why mobile is important. Okay, so nowadays like pretty much everyone is using a mobile. Okay, so without mobile the world is not moving forward, it's something like that. So all the apps which is going to the end user requires some part of the testing. So that means it might be UAT, it might be SIT. So these are the terms, UAT, SIT, which will define the testing process. So SIT we call it as a system integration testing, UAT we call it as a user acceptance testing. So without these things, the application doesn't directly go into a Play Store or an App Store. So that's the importance of your mobile test. Okay, and we do it two different ways. We have it as a manual way and we have it as a automated way. Okay, so that's how it is. And we'll have an introduction of all these things. What is native hybrid web? And we'll see the client service architecture of Appium, how it interacts. And yes, how many of you are good at Java? So there was one full stack developer. So I think how many of you are know the basics of Java or something? Yes. Yeah, thanks for that, Kirti. Yes. So whoever doesn't know, like we have it over here. Okay. So it's like, since it's a beginners to the advanced session, we still have the Java sticking in, and we'll be doing that as well. And this course is with Appium and Java automation. Okay. And also like how to set up the environment. Okay. Pretty simple. Okay. But it's a tedious task, I would say. Okay. So it's a little time consuming one, not a tedious, I would say. Okay, just to make you a little bit prepared, I said it, but setup and environmental configurations of APM is a lengthy process, but it's quite simple. Okay. And okay, so let me see, like, how many of you are using Windows and Mac? Maybe you can just type it. So let's see the majority Windows. Okay, good. So anyone is with the Mac, two Windows, I can see. Yep,
Mac.
Mac. Oh, now it's going equal. Okay, that's great.
Random Mac and
Yeah. Okay, two Mac and two Windows. Okay, that's good. Yeah. Okay, it's fine. So we do it in two different ways. No worries. Okay, so but there is a catch available for Windows. Okay. I'll tell you it at the later point. Don't worry about it. It's not a big one, I would say. It's like just a minor one. Okay, so your our mobile automation APM can be done on both Windows and Mac. So that's one good news. Okay, but one bad news would be, like, say the Mac will support both Android and iOS. Physical device, simulator, everything. Simulator, emulator. Okay. But for Windows, it is 100% Android. But for a Mac, we need to have some cloud providers. Okay, so cloud providers nowadays, people provided for 30 days free trial. So we can make use of it. We can run the script. So that is also will be covered actually. So we have a provider called Sauce Labs. Okay, so from Windows, from Mac, anywhere you can connect it and you can use it up. So have anyone heard about the cloud platforms, Sauce Lab, Browser Stack? Have anyone worked on it before previously? Anyone? Okay, no. Okay, fine. Let's wait for it. Anyone more? Sauce Lab of Selenium. Yeah, that's
I
good.
heard about browser stack for used for
Mhm.
cross browser testing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the same thing. Yes. Yes, the same thing for Ria and Manju as well. Yeah, the same thing. For browser testing, we use it like different cross platforms like Safari, Chrome, Firefox, everything on one specific cloud platform. We use it out. Okay, but the same thing is applicable for mobile version. Like you can have the Android and iOS on those platforms. But for a free trial, you get limited devices, but it's still fine, I would say. Okay, so it doesn't matter the version. So whether you're a Windows user or a Mac user, it doesn't matter. If you don't have the device also, it doesn't matter, because you get a 30 days full time period where you can test it out. And if 30 days is expired, no issues, create a new email ID and then log in, it should still be able to do it. Okay, so it's like for 30 days, it's free of charge. Yes. And I heard about AWS, Azure, Google platform. Yes, that's also good. But unfortunately, they provide the environment, but not the device itself. Yeah, so we need to have a host, something like a Sauce Lab or a browser stack, and then host it on the AWS or Azure. So through that way, we can use it up. Yes, still it's possible. Yes. Okay. So these are the cloud providers, and we can still use it up. Okay, no issues for Windows or Mac user. So it will react the same way. Okay, pretty much straight. Even uh, if you have some trust issues, even in my company which I worked called Life and Digital, if I'm not wrong, actually, so they use the browser stack. So for mobile, for browsers, everything actually. So we used to connect to the browser stack and run the open the browser and then test it both manually as well as through the automated way. Okay, so that is one good thing. So what is the advantage of using this one, the cloud platforms is like say wherever in you're in the world, so you'll be able to access the devices and the browsers. So it's like your meeting ends to end. Okay, trying to meet an end to end. Okay, that's the good thing about it. And also we'll have the first script or APM. So as I told you, it's like fully hands-on. Okay, one or two sessions might be like a theoretical, maybe the introductory sessions, but rest assured, like it's like should be a hands-on session because without the devices, without the coding, I cannot explain it to you. Okay, and also like you can side by side type it and you can check it out. I don't mind actually, so we can, but the doubts, everything we can discuss towards the end, I would say. So if some issues are there, yeah. So that is the first script about, and then we have some strategies like what we are going to do. We have some locator strategies, wait times, mobile element handling, keyboard action, drag and drop, long presses, take a screenshot, alerts pop up, switching between the apps and swipe actions, notification, basically the SMS, and how to handle the Wi-Fi data, GPS, single tap, double tap, whatever you do it, okay, in a manual way. So everything can be automated. Pretty simple. That's about this section. Okay, and mobile web automation. Okay, so this is also a good part because sometimes some people will have like mobile browser only applications. Okay, but that is not right now existing, but still there is some scope for it. Okay, where you need to check the browser in different screen size and resolutions. So it's a debatable concept, I would say. And maybe let me put a question to you. Can you, okay, I saw like few people are already working on some manual testing part. Like, can you tell me, like, say, whether can you in your browser can change the screen resolution and do it? Screen resolution in the sense screen size, I'm saying. Like, say, for example, I want to test the screen in a particular dimension, like 1200 into 700. Can you do it?
Yes, it's possible.
Yes, that's true. Yes. So those kind of things and all, like how we don't need a mobile device, but still you can do it in a browser itself. But we need to check it on the mobile device as well, like how it will be displayed, because there might be some hinges or some things like which is applicable only to the mobile. For example, I'm using a Mac machine, okay, for your information, and here I can open something like say Atlanta, sorry, Atlantis. Okay. And if I go to this website over here, you can see I'm in my browser and this is how it lands. Okay. This is how it lands and this is how the rooms it gives and this is how the sign up comes and everything comes. But if I connect it to a device, how does it look like? Okay. Maybe just give me a minute. Let me connect the device and show it to you. Oh, I don't have the device. Just give me a second, guys. Just give me a moment. Let me just connect the device. Just I'm keeping a minute on mute. Okay, sorry about it. I don't have the device right now with me, so let me show it in a different. So let me show it as an emulator way actually. So the emulator is nothing but it shows the replica of the real device. So for that we need the Android Studio. Okay, let me quickly open it, or I can open it as a simulator, which is so there are two things actually. So simulator is for iOS and emulator is for Android. Okay, just keep those terms handy. Okay, because when I use an Android emulator, it takes more time. So instead, I'll open it in a simulator. It should be very quick. Okay, so the same website, let me show it to you in the mobile device. So not only the screen resolution, the main perspective is like not only the screen resolution, but it's about the some functionalities will be misplaced, okay, or it will be changed according to the resolution. And in a web, how you can do it is like if you just right click and inspect it, okay, and you can see this version, okay, where my mouse is pointing to. If you click it, you can see the screen resolution getting changed. So this is what I was meant to tell you. So if it is an iPhone SE, the screen would be different. You see some three dots over here. If you click it, this comes like this. So this is what it will be helpful. Okay, so this is like say a mobile only version. And if you tilt it, it's a pretty different. So this is what I was about to tell you. So it's not only on a browser's perspective you're testing it, you're testing it how your screen look and feel looks like. For example, if I reduce this one, you can still see the mobile getting replicated here. This is what it happens. So doing it here and doing it over here in a device like Safari. So this is an iOS device. I've launched it and I went to the Safari browser, and the same thing if I give it atlantis.com. So let me put it here. So let me copy it. Yeah, let's wait for it. What happened? So the main thing is like the screen resolution tends to be different. So that's the reason the look and feel also needs to be verified, but not only on the browser, but on the device perspective as well. So that's the main thing. Let me check. I think there is some problem over here. Let me quit and restart it, I would say. Quit it and you can restart it as well. It's similar to that of your device, I would say. Okay. Maybe it's taking a bit time. So let's leave it as it is. And then once it's up, we can check it out. And if it's an Android, so this is going to be an emulator, as I told you. So there is a differentiation. I'll tell you about it. Okay. In the basics part. Okay. But right now you can just keep in mind like iOS is for your simulator and Android is for your emulator. Okay. Yeah. Now you can see it's open. So let me put over here atlantis.com. Okay, it's pretty slow. That's the problem. Okay. So if I click it over here, the same Atlantis, you'll see a small differentiation. So that's what it's about. So how it in the browser and how is it in the real-time application? That means in your mobile. So this also we need to automate it and check it up. So your mobile automation or your APM, whatever we are doing it, it can cover everything, whatever we have seen. Okay, with respect to the mobile. Okay, for the web, we have the Selenium tool. We have Playwright, we have Cypress, everything can do it up. But from the automation perspective of mobile, so your APM is capable of doing all these stuffs without any issues. Okay, so now coming to the part back on the syllabus. So that's the reason we have the web and then we have the greatest and the latest iOS. So anyone using a Apple device? Maybe you can raise your hand if it's an Apple device. Okay, we have one. Okay, two. Okay, that's good. Any more else? Okay, no problem. So if you have your Apple device, physical device, it's fine. But still, if you don't have it, you have the simulator if you have a Mac machine. And still, if you're a Windows user, I want to experience my iOS, you have the cloud providers. So either ways, it should be possible. Okay. So you don't need to worry about it. Okay. So you can see it's opened over here. So let's have a quick scroll. I think there is some problem with my simulator, I would say. Yeah, yeah, Atlantis, Palm, Dubai. Just click it up. That's all. This is a different one, I would say. Okay, but this is how the screen resolution is about. We need to check it, all these things. Okay, we'll click on the website and it should navigate it here. Maybe it takes a bit of time, but it's still fine. You can see, yes. The screen resolution over here and over here was a pretty little bit different, I would say. Okay, doing it here and here, it's a little bit different. We accept the cookies and some option might be different, like say the payment and all those stuffs. Okay, so this is how it works. So it's all about the look and feel and rich capacity. We have it up pretty much. That's from the resolution perspective. And also we come back to the syllabus, like whether you have your real iOS, simulator iOS, anything, if you have it, we can set it up easily. And how many of you have heard about the Apple developers account? Anyone heard about Apple developers account? Okay, no problem. So Apple developers account is something like say uh, it okay, you have the GitHub. Okay, I'll come to this at later days. Apple developers account is something like which allows you or it gives you the privilege of getting some hands-on from the developers itself. That means Apple developers portal itself. So what type of privilege that you get is like say most of you like two people raise their hand, they have the Apple devices. You might have logged in the Apple device with your username and your password. Maybe it might be a Google email ID or anything, whatever it might be, you have logged in. But that is different, and the Apple developers account is different because the Apple developers account will give you a privilege to host the application in your real device, okay, specifically in your real device, and then run the application on the real device. So your Apple developers license will know how to create it in this step. Okay, and it is free for only like around 7 to 15 days if I'm not wrong. I'll confirm the number of days. Okay, it should be like only 7 to 15 days, and after that you will have in the cooling period for a week or two, and after that again they'll give 7 days. So it's like not completely free, but only free to a certain extent, and then they renew it like say on a after certain intervals of gap. And since Apple, it's always an expensive uh, item. So it's always they need someone to purchase their Apple developers account. Even I don't have my Apple developers account, I wait for some time and then they auto renew it. Okay, so for some days. So based on that, we can use it. Okay, and in this setup, you will get introduced to Xcode, how to handle the Xcode, how to build the application in Xcode, how to deploy the application or the deploy the debug build on a device, real device and a simulator both. Okay, I'll show it to you, and it's like an end to end. Okay, and iOS is a pretty complex part, or I would say it as a lengthy one, so much of a closer attention is required in an iOS in order to set it up. So it's like exclusively for Mac people. And if you're not a Mac people, then we have some clear cut documentations where you it will be helpful for you to use it up. Yes. Okay. So any doubts still here so far before we proceed? Okay. So let me quickly check the chat if there is more question. Okay, so thanks for sharing the GitHub. I'll come to this at later point so that you can have some insights like how we are going to share the code. Yeah, this question I'll handle it at the last. Don't worry. Yes, Kirti. Yeah, pretty much that's it. Okay, so let's proceed further. So after that, we have the framework. So studying the code and trying to create some utilities, not the ultimate goal. Our goal is to create a framework and make it to use across the testing approaches. So that's the reason we have TestNG as a framework, one of the frameworks. So we'll be looking around the TestNG architectures, annotations, how to create it from the scratch, how to use some annotation friendly keywords, data driven approach, your assertions, listeners, test execution. So these fall under the TestNG. And apart from this, we have something called a design pattern where we handle the page object model. Okay, TestNG using page object model will give you a framework which is workable on an application and you can build it on top of it. Okay, and what is the difference between page factory versus the normal way or the constructor way? We'll be checking it, and finally we'll have the BDD framework where we will have some which is the latest one. I would say most of the companies that I worked, they also use the BDD. Okay, so it depends upon company to company whether they use it or not, but knowing two frameworks is better actually, I would say. There are some concepts over here, we'll be seeing that how to handle it and stuff, and step definition, hooks, scenario outline, data driven testing, how to handle the reports and all those stuffs, dependencies and stuffs. And even in the Cucumber, we have the page design pattern, POM model, we have it, the best practice and reusability and maintainability, we'll be checking it up. And finally comes our AI stuff. Okay, so this is like say is lot of demand right now actually, like how we can integrate an AI into our automation stuff and how to build it, all those stuffs as well. So we have some simple, quite simple example like how to build it. Like say this you can put it, I'll give the project as well to you, but to integrate it in your organization I can help you, but it depends, I would say, actually whether you really require it or not, because now AI powered testing is a way to go. So we have included this quite recently, and what is AI and how to do it up. So what are the limitations? And this is the example that we are going to do called a self-healing test automation. Okay. And how to provide the dynamic locators with the help of AI, and what is the multiple fallback strategies that we can follow, and how to do an auto recovery. That means like if a particular script fails due to some issues in the page, so how do I recover it and how to start run it on its own by modifying the code itself. And also like how to identify the failures, intelligent failures, and how it is useful in the flaky tests, and an overview of an LLM. Okay, so this is conceptual. Okay, so conceptual in the sense we have a demo. Okay, so how to create it, how to use it. So these all will happen with the help of Python and OpenAI. Okay, so I'll be dealing with this. So it's quite interesting, I would say. And from the career perspective, now everything is AI. Okay, so even I can send you my resume. I've also did this POC and couple of POCs on AI. It's always helpful actually putting the AI in front of your resume, and it's good to have a feature. Okay, even though AI is like say we are exhaustively using for 4 to 5 years, but it's already been existing for around like 8 years, I would say. It's in the making for the 8 years, and only in the recent past it has been dominated the IT industry. So that's the reason AI is always everywhere. Okay, but the exact usage for an automation is these are the places that has been identified. Okay, so we can incorporate this, we can show you an example and how the fallback strategy works, and how as a AI, as an LLM, how it suggests to you. Okay, and this technically the name we give it as a agentic AI. Okay, so that's the main motive of it, to create an agent and suggest you with something. Okay, and finally we have the Maven. Okay, GitHub and Jenkins, how to integrate it, how to use it, and how to push pull and all those stuffs actually. So to use this one only, like I need all of you to create some GitHub username and give it to me. I can share it with you. You can make use of my GitHub projects and you can push, pull, do anything, any sort of works. I don't mind actually. And all the latest codes, not only for the current batch, for the subsequent batches and subsequent scenarios, you can have access to it. That's the reason I want your GitHub usernames so that I can send you the invite. You can accept it. You can right away start off with that. And Jenkins, the next topic that will be for your CI/CD integration. Okay, so how to run it and the reporting, debug, and optimization stuffs. And we have some real-time interview preparations and frameworks and other stuff. Okay, which you can go through about it. Okay, so this is all about in the session as a whole. We can see it up. Okay, so and it should be quite interesting, I would say, as a automation developer or whoever wants to move into automation. We have everything. We have the AI strategy right now in place. We have the Appium testing in the place, and we also have the cloud-based testing for Sauce Lab in the place. So whatever the industry requires, we have it. Okay, so you will be like industry ready to tackle all these scenarios, how to debug it, how to get prepared well. So that is how the syllabus has been constructed, and these are the things that we'll be doing it about. Okay, and yes, so since it's a day one, so I just kept it light. So maybe let's discuss about, like say, let me jump from here directly to this part, where in case your enrollments are considered, you can reach out to this mobile number which I projected in my slide for your references or any concerns, which is always help us to improve it. Okay, and yep. So now the Q&A time, I would say. Yeah. So just to answer the question raised, actually, where was that? So please mention the demand of automation tester, work-life balance, and many. Okay, to answer this one, the demand of automation tester is consistent. Okay, I wouldn't say like just for a normal automation tester, this demand is still there. I see a lot of LinkedIn posts, not only posts from HRs as well. The demand is still high. Okay, and the catch is like say the AI. Okay, the AI stuff. So without AI, the salary or the compensation is not that great, I would say. So, and specifically, if you're into selenium, okay, not to don't take it wrong. Actually, selenium is a old age tool, I would say. Now it has become mostly a legacy. So we need something like agentic AI, like how in our course we have something like an agentic AI, how to use AI inside our testing. So if you have that perspective, your compensation would be much more higher because people need something like an autonomous code to run it and give us the LLM to give us the problem and the solution as well. And even some people will have the LLM let it implement on my project. So on that perspective, people are thinking so not only an automation tester, but automation with AI will fetch you more demand. As an automation tester, there is more demand, but automation with AI, you have much more demand. And work-life balance, it's like a quite tricky question. It depends upon the organization, I would say. So I work in an organization, and I have pretty much have good work-life balance. I wouldn't say bad, but my office timings are from 9 to 6. I usually work, and sometimes it might extend by an hour, maybe till 7 p.m., but not more than that. Okay. And the pay, as I told you, like compensations are quite high when you have the AI in your projects. So AI skill set in your resume, I would say it's quite high. Yes. But as an automation tester, it's always like the with APM, it's always high, I would say. But if you put Selenium, it's like I would say like it's not that great right now because we have Playwright and Cypress, which already has some AI stuff, so they are dominating quite a bit. But with mobile automation, tomorrow we'll see some competitors and stuff, and why APM stands out, I'll tell you. And based on that, I'm telling like APM is always having a good feature. Yes. How is the stress level? Mm, Stress level is quite high, I would say, because people are expecting much more into uh, the apps. Okay, more people come into the apps, the more is the testing required. Okay, so testing is little the stress level is little medium, I would say. I would range it to a medium, not too high, to a medium level. Yeah, and it depends upon which app you are working on. If it's an e-commerce, as you know, like the market, it's like pretty high. Okay, so people expect offers and all those things and want to implement it, it's quite easy. But to test it and get it approved, it's okay. But if it's a bank, like say a financial fintech or a bank, like still it's good enough, I would say. For e-commerce, it's pretty. I would say I would range it to higher end of medium. Okay, stress level. But if it's a bank, it should be a normal one, bank or a fintech. Yes. Okay. And Altaf, thanks for sharing. I will update the invitation and I'll let you know by tomorrow. Yep. And any more questions? Since we have less large 4 minutes. And about the session timing, so it would be same timing as today. And I'll be taking into you the sessions. So in case if I'm fast, please let me know. And yeah, any more questions? Feel free to unmute yourself.
So one question. So
Yeah.
currently I am working on mobile app. So I'm in
Hmm.
medical domain. So
Hmm.
we have iOS and Android applications that is
Hmm.
having wearable integration with
Hmm.
Bluetooth. So
Hmm.
how are we possible to automate those kind of stuffs?
Can you come again? You have a Bluetooth and can you
So I
share
have a
more
mobile
insight?
app,
Hmm.
and so the users will be using some auto ring monitoring or some
Hmm.
Fitbit. So we are in the taking data
Ah,
from the, yeah.
data from the Fitbit. Yeah,
Yes.
definitely it is possible. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No issues. Yes.
Okay.
Definitely, it's possible. So you can handle the Bluetooth and all those things. So most probably, like you will have a sync job. Okay,
Hmm.
that will be running because I worked in a similar application actually. So I worked in an Emirates NBD application. It's a financial application, but they have some other application which integrates your exercise movements. That means like if you walk for 10,000 or 15,000 steps, they give you some reward points. So it's like similar to that, I would say.
Okay.
So they calculate the health metrics and give the result, and we do it. So that is absolutely possible. Yes.
Yeah.
But to automate Fitbit or something like that, I would say not possible. But an application on that perspective in a mobile app, we can automate.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me, how long will it take the learning automation? Yeah, it's like we give it as like 55 hours. I've given it actually, but most probably like within this 55, 60 hours, like 2 months level, it should be, yeah, fine. How easy is to land a remote job? Remote job. I for remote jobs, like I've tried the crossover and some other platforms, so it's pretty tough. But once you get through it, it should be easy. Yeah, pretty tough in the sense the preliminary rounds, like they ask for, maybe if you see it, I see like crossover. Okay, so this usually I try to compete it, but it's quite. They have a very vigilant system actually, so to clear the aptitude and stuff. But if this is kind of a platform you're looking for, then it's like a really tough one. But if it's going to be the normal, the usual interview kind of stuff, it'll be easy. Yeah, there shouldn't be any hiccups, I would say. Yeah. Okay, does that answer your question? Ah, yes, Kirti J. Yes. Yeah.
Can should we also learn Selenium for this, or it's
Not
just
required.
enough?
Not
So
required.
this
Selenium is not required.
okay. And what is the difference between mobile automation testing and
Mhm.
um, automation testing?
The dependencies are different actually. For Selenium, if you see, like we use only the Selenium jar files and some other dependent jar files if they are using it up, like say Auto IT or other things, we use it up and we use those stuffs. But Selenium is different and Appium is different. Since both are, even though it is developed by one user, they kept the jar files as different. So let me quickly show it to you. So usually I go for this Maven repository, and if you type like say the repository called Selenium, so you have the Selenium for Java. Okay, and this has like 4.40. But for APM, we use something called a Java client. That's totally a different one, I would say. Okay, so even though like both are like almost like a brothers, okay, but the dependencies are different. We use very minor part of Selenium to handle some actions inside the APM. That's it. Okay, I think that's answered it. So both are different. It's like a brothers. If you want to use some methods from Selenium, just add it and we can use it, but we don't use it predominantly. It's like a one time activity or like that actually. But predominantly we use the Java client, which is from the API.
So both
And
are two different subdomains, like
yeah,
under testing,
yes,
this is separate and that is separate.
that is
And
separate. Exactly.
do companies expect people like us to know both, or any one is fine?
Uh, if you ask me, it is better to know both. It is better to know both. So, like, why I'm telling like it's better to know both is like, uh, it's not like say you must learn Selenium. You can learn any one of the web automation tool. It can be Selenium, Playwright, or Cypress, anything, because these three are the top. And Selenium is in almost the legacy state, where it's like more than 10 years, I would say. It's almost like I learnt it in somewhere around 2013 or 2011. I am not sure quite pretty much. So it was like at around that time, 2013, 2014. And now you can see it's 2026. So it's almost like legacy. But Playwright and the Cypress are something like which they are very latest, and they are overtaking Selenium very fast, I would say. So it is better to learn one web automation tool and mobile automation as well.
Are there any certificates should for us to become a certified testers? Are there any certifications like that, or
Yes, a
these trainings?
certified tester is available, but it's not specific to APM or Selenium. So if you visit the ISTQB portal, right? Let me show it. So there is a ISTQB Agile tester, mobile tester is available. So if you're in not in India, and if you're in somewhere in the international locations like US, they value these certificates. So you can have the ISTQB, okay, and and there is a mobile certification, mobile tester, yeah, certified tester mobile application, CTMAT. So this is also available. Sorry. So this is also good, but it is not specific to any automation tool. But from the testing perspective, these are some of the official certification which is accredited by the companies. ISTQB for testing quality board, and this is for the mobile. And also there is something called Agile tester, I would say. Agile, certified test advanced level. So these methodologies you can, or these certificates you can try to get it up. Yes.
The concept mentioned in these certificates are covered in the training program.
These concepts are totally different. So ours is like totally automation. We partially cover this one. We don't cover the complete one, because here they have like a different automation tools. They use the Microsoft's one, but we use the APM's one. But all these APM, the types of mobile application, the strategy, challenges, all these things we cover it like almost 50 percentage. The emulator, simulator part, everything like 50 percentage we cover it up.
Is it mandate to get certified to get a job?
No, no, it's not mandate. It's not mandate. I still don't have the certification. I just have an ISTQB, the basic one, the foundation level. I have it. Let me show it up. ISTQB foundation. Yeah, this is the one I have it up, but not the version 4, but the pretty old one I have it. So it's required to have the minimum level, which is fine, because some jobs that I see they have it like ISTQB level, but I've not seen anything like IST application based testers certificate. Nobody has asked. This is the basic level, at least you need to have it up. I would say, like, I would suggest, like, go for this foundation level.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your valuable insight.
Yeah, sure, no problem. Are you planning to start any morning batch or weekend? No, currently we didn't plan anything. So this is the only time we have planned so far. So maybe you can get in touch. Is this level entirely free? Which one is free? Maybe Mayowa? You mean the course? I think the last two questions, I would say, like, the better people to answer is you can get in touch with these mobile numbers, I would say. So they will have like a good suggestion, I would say. Yeah. Okay. So you can get these numbers. Okay. You can just call them up and you can have a quick check with them for the last two questions because I'm not completely aware. That's the reason. Yes. Okay. So yes, we are 10 minutes past and sorry to take your time more. Okay. So, and thanks for attending this session. So tomorrow we'll have much more sessions and much more some introductory into the simulators, emulators and all those stuffs, pros and cons. So hope to meet you all tomorrow as well. And thanks for your time and have a great rest of the day. Yes.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
Thank you. Thank you all.